Welcome back. As we all know, that Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry and his Saudi counterpart Prince Faisal bin Farhan chaired the political consultation and follow-up committee, which was held in Cairo between the two countries on Thursday. And during the meeting, a lot of topics were raised between the two foreign ministers. And with us live over the phone is His Excellency Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning, how are you?
How are you doing, sir?
Fine, fine.
First of all, let's shed more light over the topic. Of course, we all know that this fruitful meeting contained or comprised a lot of topics, important topics.
This is a very, very old story of success. And the relations between Egypt and the Saudi Arabia comes since the Islamic group came to Egypt, Amr ibn al-As,
yes,
during Umar ibn al-Khattab. And since then, we are mixing the two people together. We have families of Saudi origin living in Egypt. We have a lot of Egyptians became Saudis. I have a brother-in-law who has the Saudi citizenship. So, let us talk recently about, we have a very important umbrella which joined us, which is the Arab League. We have now recently established this sort of consultation between Egypt on one side and the states of the Gulf states of the Arab, and here we have more specific round of consultation in the Egyptian-Saudi Joint Committee. Very important because, as you will know, the Saudis are the largest economy in the Arab world. Egypt comes the second, but Egypt is the largest population in the whole Arab world, the most important army, and then the cooperation here is a sort of political, military, economic, also in the field of cultural affairs, name it. So the Saudi Arabia is the largest investor in Egypt also. Our trade is going quite well. Our trade is making benefit for Egypt because the trade balance comes in the favor of Egypt. And recently we are facing some development in our area where many Arab countries are not in good shape. I'm talking here about Syria, about Lebanon, what's happening in Libya, the problems in Sudan and South Sudan, the problem between Sudan, Egypt, and Ethiopia. A lot of topics we need a sort of cooperation, consultation to make our position quite clear to our brothers in the Arab world, especially the Saudis. And if I choose between the 22 Arab countries who are the most important and the most solid relations between any two countries in the whole Arab world, it is Egypt and the Saudi Arabia, of course.
Of course.
So I am pleased with what is going on, but I am not surprised. This what the relation should go between those two very important Arab countries.
Your Excellency, it was generous of you to point out to the strong historical ties between the two countries. Adding to that also that they are two leading countries in the nation. Building on that, they touched on very important issues on the region, like the Libyan file, like the Palestinian issue, like other files. How important is their collaboration over those topics?
This is very important because we need all our efforts to be gathered to make a good advice and good relations with all the Libyan groups. The problem in Libya, of course, that they are divided into parties and divided into tribes, and this is not healthy for the country at all. So they need countries in the weight of Egypt and Arabia Saudi to tell them that they will be in a better situation with one united Libya, and the division will not serve any of them.
Right.
And if the Saudis are there with their financial power, and if Egypt is there with its military and the largest market in the world, in the Arab world also. So, and of course we have behind us a very old diplomacy of the Egyptians, which can deal with every party anywhere in the Arab world. And I am sure that we have direct relations with all the Libyan parties, so we can, with the help of our brothers of the Saudi Arabia, assure the Libyans that they are in better situation if they continue and if they come to the elections in the 24th of this month. And Sameh Shukri yesterday mentioned that it is very important to push forward to get this election and to respect whatever the results of the elections in Libya.
Right. What's your assessment of the most important files that were tackled in that particular meeting?
Many files are very important. Of course, we are not happy with what is going on in Syria. The division in Syria also is threatening the Arab security. Turkey is occupying a good part of Syria. Iran has a problem with us in Syria also. So this sort of coordination, very important there. Lebanon, and we have this incident between Lebanon and the 6 Gulf states, where we are trying to come back to normal relations, because Lebanon cannot tolerate that very important countries are not happy with what is going on in Lebanon. Also, I think a very important file, it was the unity of North Sudan and the unity of South Sudan, because Sudan is threatened by more division there. Then I am happy with what the foreign minister of Saudi declared, that the Saudi Arabia is supporting the position of Egypt and Sudan concerning the dam of Ethiopia. And we want also to convince Ethiopia that being in good relations with us is good for them, much more than what they are doing now.
Right. Talking about the common interests when it comes to the most important leading countries in the region and their collaboration over what's happening currently worldwide, the pandemic, the economic cooperation and political cooperation, cultural cooperation, if you like to elaborate.
Here we are trying to give our experience to our brothers and to our friends in two very important subjects. Our position in the health care of the epidemic, and we are making a small story of success there, thank God. The second is the economic dimension of the epidemic, the corona-19.
Right.
That Egypt is one of very rare countries in the whole world which is keeping its economy growing positively. Most of the economies of the world are diminishing in this year because of the economic impacts of the disease. Egypt, because, thank God of course, but also because we took the courageous decision to start our economic reform since 2016, a few years before the epidemic attacked us. So we are in a good stand, and we are in a position to face it. And thank God we are improving slowly but surely. That encourages us to double our efforts in order to make our economy even much more good situation. And I am quite sure that all our brothers in the Arab world are keen to listen to our experience there. Also in Africa, they are listening to us. Not very far from us, that some Eastern European countries came to listen to Egypt and its experience concerning the economic reform and how we succeeded to face the results of the epidemic from its economic dimension.
Right. We all know that most of the region, the countries in the region, of course, they have common causes. They have common concerns about international threats, maybe, or local threats, or whatever. But these things or these issues change with the progress of events of time. So what do you think are the most important pressing threats that are posed right now for the region, for the Arab region?
Of course, we have common interests at the international level, at the regional level, at the bilateral level. As of the international level, of course, we are combating the organized crime, which is terrorism, drug trafficking, money laundering, and the most important, the illegal migration, and we are fighting seriously to stop it. And it attracts the attention of our main partners in Europe, and they praise that Egypt is doing quite well. We never threaten Europe by sending illegal migrants, contrary to what a country like Turkey is doing now. Things like that, we are cooperating with our brothers in the Saudi Arabia and other Arab countries. Mind you that we are one country which is lucky by having an Egyptian community living abroad. 11 million Egyptians are living everywhere without serious problems anywhere, especially in the Gulf. And sometime I'm asking our leadership to discuss with the Saudis, with the Emirates, how we can expand the presence of our workers, because they are serving those countries. And we have also behind us a decision in the Arab League to Arabtize all the jobs in the Gulf, because really this is a good chance to enrich our possibility of more and more jobs in the Arab world, even in Europe. So we are proud of this dimension also. We are doing fine concerning these files.
Right. Your Excellency, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister, would like to thank you very much, sir, for your time talking to The Breakfast Show, and you have a beautiful day. And we're going to go to a short break, and we'll come to continue The Breakfast Show, so stay with us.